a no-show this evening, holding his own event up against the debate and his fiery moment with Bill O'Reilly.
I told you up front, I said, don't ask me that question.
Taking aim at Megyn Kelly, too. Fox saying the show goes on without him. At this hour, authorities racing to the scene that standoff with an armed militia. It comes after a deadly shootout already. The alarming new headline about the Zika virus tonight. Authorities say spreading explosively. Dr. Besser with what American families need to know right now, women in particular. How long does it stay in your system? The scare today, no smell, no warning, until students and teachers began falling ill, a student unconscious. And the dramatic moments, the bank robber, the manager trying to hold the door shut. How this ends.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Thursday night, and it is fight night for the Republicans, but one fight began long before the debate stage, the one between Donald Trump and Fox News. Trump standing firm tonight, skipping the debate and holding his own event. This comes after Trump's long simmering feud with Fox News over moderator Megyn Kelly, who maintains her questions the last time she moderated were fair. And without Donald Trump there tonight, Ted Cruz moves to the center of the stage. Is he ready for what's coming? And one last attempt to get Trump back into the debate from Fox host Bill O'Reilly. It got heated. ABC's Tom Yamas in Iowa with how it played out.
Tonight, Donald Trump, far from that debate stage, could still steal the show.
Well, at this point, it does appear that Donald Trump is declining his last and best chance to speak to as many Iowans as possible.
That admission from Megyn Kelly coming soon after Fox News heavyweight Bill O'Reilly pleaded with Trump to change his mind.
In your Christian faith, there is a very significant tenet, and that's the tenet of forgiveness. And I think you should forgive not only journalists who come at you in ways you don't like, but I think you should be the bigger man. Don't you think that's the right thing to do?
It probably is, but, you know, it's called an eye for an eye, I guess, also. You can look at it that way.
No,
but
no,
no.
That's Old Testament.
Bill,
no.
You are taking
it. If you're the Christian, the eye for the eye rule goes out. Here's what it is. Turning the other cheek.
Bill, let me tell you, you're taking this much more seriously than I am.
And though Trump kept bashing Kelly,
I have zero respect for Megyn Kelly. I don't think she's very good at what she does. I think she's highly overrated.
O'Reilly trying again.
I want you to consider, all right? Think about it. Say, look, I might come back. Forgive, go forward, answer the questions, look out for the folks.
Well, even though you and I had an agreement that you wouldn't ask me that, which we did, I will therefore forget that you asked me that. Because I told you up front, I said, don't ask me that question, because it's an embarrassing question for you, and I don't want to embarrass you. But I'm not going to listen to
anybody.
But Trump won't budge, so there will be no repeat of his rumble with Kelly at the first Republican debate.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. For the record, it was well beyond Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Now, Trump's opponents calling him out.
Donald Trump is skipping the last debate before the Iowa caucuses. Why? Trump can't handle tough questions.
Jeb Bush tweeting, if Donald Trump can't handle the Fox News debate, what else will he not be able to handle? Ted Cruz demanding to debate Trump one-on-one. Trump calling that a publicity stunt.
Do you think Donald Trump's afraid to debate you personally?
I think he's afraid of the people of Iowa. He doesn't want to answer their questions. He doesn't want to defend his record.
And Marco Rubio, hoping to place in the top 3 in Iowa to build momentum, knocking the circus surrounding tonight's showdown.
Oh, Donald Trump's not going to show up. Ted Cruz is challenging him to a one-on-one, mano-a-mano debate. Interesting sideshow. Greatest show on earth. This is not a show. This is serious.
And David, tonight, Trump's event being billed as a benefit for veterans, and 2 of his rivals are going to be there. Mike Huckabee and Rick Santorum both confirming they will be at the Trump event, but they say they're not going because of Trump, they're going because of the veterans. David?
Tom Yamas, our thanks to you. Let's get right to George Stephanopoulos, who is leading our coverage of the Iowa caucuses in just 4 days now. And George, first off, the Trump campaign. They say they're not concerned about not being there, but is there a gamble here in not showing up?
Hey, let's stipulate it. If Trump were a normal candidate, this would be a deal breaker. It would raise questions about temperament. It would raise a question, is he afraid of a tough debate? So there's a real risk here, but here's the calculation, I think. What does he get in return? Control. He controls the news cycle before the debate, controls it during the debate, controls a lot of it after the debate, and he eliminates a risk as well. The risk of a question that trips him up, the risk of a confrontation with a rival that draws blood. So you can see a businessman looking at this and saying, that's a good bet.
All right, in the meantime, with Donald Trump not there, they say they're going to remove the podium, bring the candidates in. That puts Ted Cruz front and center. Is he prepared for the incoming fire tonight?
He's going to get a lot of incoming fire. That can be an opportunity as well. He's lost a lot of momentum in the last couple of weeks. He needs to be center stage. If he handles those attacks well and reminds people, those people in Iowa, why they liked him in the first place, it could help him a real lot. This could be the biggest night of the campaign for him.
All right, George, thanks so much, and we'll see you on Good Morning America. And a reminder, after tonight, the next Republican debate is right here on ABC. I hope you'll join Martha Raddatz and me Saturday night, February 6th, when we moderate the Republican debate after Iowa and before the key state of New Hampshire, right here. In the meantime, to the Democratic side tonight, in just 4 days to go to Iowa, as we've mentioned here, where it is a race to the finish. Every night, a new poll, a new leader. Tonight, the latest poll has Hillary Clinton on top, barely edging out Bernie Sanders in Iowa. Tonight, she's doubling down. Former President Bill Clinton holding several separate events, trying to fight Bernie Sanders' last-minute push before the caucuses. ABC's Jonathan Karl, one-on-one with Sanders tonight. Will he debate Hillary before New Hampshire? And what Clinton is now saying about adding a new debate.
2 for the price of 1. Hillary Clinton is bringing in Bill for the big final push in Iowa.
You need to caucus for Hillary. You need to help her get ready.
Great to see you. And in a reversal, Mrs. Clinton is now saying she wants more debates starting next week.
We have to agree that we're going to debate in New Hampshire. Both the governor and I have agreed, and we're waiting for the senator to decide to join us.
We asked Bernie Sanders about that.
I wanted more debates from day one.
I know.
Gee, a couple of months ago, wasn't the Clinton people who were interested. I wonder what has happened now that they want more debates. What do you think has changed?
Here's what changed. Sanders is surging. Bigger, more energetic crowds. We stopped by his campaign headquarters today. They're so busy trying to score an upset Iowa caucus win, this volunteer had no time for us.
How's it going?
Going well. I'm a little bit too busy right now to talk, though. I'm sorry.
And today, the 74-year-old candidate released a doctor's note declaring he's in overall good health. Good humor, too.
How healthy are you?
I am. You know, thank God you never... You always want to knock on wood, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a frenzy of activity in Iowa today. Sanders with 4 campaign events, Hillary Clinton with 3, and Bill Clinton looking like a candidate himself with 4 events all over the state.
That Sanders volunteer too busy to talk to John Karl. I've never seen that happen. John with us live from Iowa tonight. And John, we see how close this race is. They trade the top spot almost every night. This is all going to come down to their ground games.
Yeah, and the ground game is especially challenging for Bernie Sanders because he's relying on young voters, some people that have never caucused in Iowa before. They have to get out. As for Hillary Clinton, she got beat in the ground game 8 years ago. They are bound and determined not to get beat again.
John Karl with us live again tonight. John, thanks. We're going to turn now to breaking developments in the deadly militia standoff in Oregon. Heavily armed police racing to the compound where the few remaining anti-government protesters remain holed up on federal property. The group's leader today urging them to surrender. All of this coming after this week's deadly shootout and word authorities now racing to the scene. ABC's Neil Karlinski in Oregon for us again tonight.
Late today, a huge convoy of heavily armed police could be seen streaming into the compound. Those last armed occupiers left inside had been sending out videos on YouTube, ranting about the federal government.
Just to drop the charges and nobody dies.
Tonight, ABC News has learned that authorities plan to release a videotape that shows the moment armed rancher Lavoy Finicum is killed by police. Sources say Finicum sped away from the police traffic stop that led to the arrest of his fellow occupiers, crashing into a snowbank. Once out of his truck, they say he was told to put his arms up, but instead brought them down and could be seen reaching for a weapon. That's when he was shot. Now, the standoff that began 26 days ago when heavily armed ranchers took over this wildlife refuge, paralyzing a small community, appears to be almost at its end.
We never wanted bloodshed. We verbalized this many times, and we continue to do so.
Tonight, the group's leaders each face up to 6 years in federal prison after a month of mayhem here. David?
Neil Karlinski with us again tonight. Urgent new warnings this evening about the Zika virus. Tonight, the head of the World Health Organization now sounding the alarm, saying it's, quote, spreading explosively. By one estimate, up to 4 million cases across North and South America in the next year. Here in the U.S., at least 31 cases in 11 states, and late today, the first case in Boston, all contracted before coming back to the U.S. And this map showing the parts of the country authorities say are most vulnerable now. Zika virus linked to a serious birth defect, babies born with shrunken heads, their brain development interrupted. So the question, how long does it stay in your body and does it affect future pregnancies? Dr. Richard Besser is in Brazil for us tonight.
Fabiola takes me to her home in Rio. She's a physical therapist, 5 months pregnant with her third child.
To keep away the mosquitoes.
And now spending her hard-earned income on insect repellents. Reapplying every 2 hours. She's most afraid for her unborn baby. Zika may be linked to microcephaly. Thousands of babies here in Brazil have been born with the tiny heads that indicate severe brain damage. Up to 1.5 million cases of Zika so far here in Brazil. It's spreading in 23 areas across the Americas. The World Health Organization expects 3 to 4 million cases overall, saying the level of alarm is extremely high. In the U.S., at least 31 lab-confirmed cases in 11 states, all people who traveled to affected areas and returned. And as of today, state health departments will be required to report all new cases to the CDC. There's no vaccine yet, no treatment. The Brazilian government spraying for mosquitoes. The only action people can take is to avoid getting bitten. Our team here keeps applying repellent, as does Fabiola.
And so let's get right to Dr. Besser tonight, joining us now from Brazil. And first, Rich, let's tackle what people back here in the U.S. are concerned about. If a neighbor comes home from one of these regions with the Zika virus, can they then pass it on to their neighbors?
Well, they can. If they come back and they're infected and a mosquito bites them, that mosquito can bite other people and infect them. That's why if you have any symptoms when you return, see your doctor and use repellents so you don't get bit.
Tell your family and the people around you to use the repellent too. And you've also pointed out, Rich, that pregnant women need to be most concerned. How long does the virus stay in the system and can it affect a future pregnancy?
Well, if you look at similar type viruses, what they find is when a person recovers from that infection after about a week or so and their symptoms are gone, the virus is out of their body. So scientists don't believe that future pregnancies are going to be at any risk at all. Just the current one when you're infected.
Dr. Besser on this again tonight. Dr. Besser, thank you. We turn now to a health scare out of Texas we're following. An apparent gas leak at a middle school. More than 100 students and teachers evacuated. Some taken out on stretchers, whisked to the hospital. One student unconscious. ABC's Ryan Owens in Dallas tonight, where there were no warning signs until students and staff began falling ill.
For more than 100 students and staff at this Texas middle school, their school day ended at the hospital, being checked out for symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, they showed symptoms of nausea and headache, and some were vomiting. And of course, EMS treated and took the appropriate medical action.
Some students left on stretchers, others loaded into buses to a local hospital.
Everyone didn't really know how to react to it because it's never happened before.
The fire chief in the city of Beaumont, east of Houston, believes the toxic gas was leaking from a boiler at Marshall Middle School. The leak was first reported around 10:30 this morning when one child fell unconscious. Tonight, all students are expected to be okay, but authorities are vowing no one will be allowed in that school until they know it's safe. The fire chief says there were no carbon monoxide detectors inside that school, so the first sign of trouble was when kids started getting sick. David.
All right, Ryan Owens from Texas. Thanks, Ryan. And a major development in the case of Ethan Couch tonight. The so-called affluenza teen is now back in the U.S. in Texas after weeks on the run in Mexico. But what kind of punishment does he face now? ABC's Matt Gutman from Texas.
Tonight, Ethan Couch is escorted into the very place he allegedly tried to flee, a Tarrant County jail. The millionaire's son, now with the shaggy beard, bundled back to the U.S. by Mexican officials, Couch in coach, and later escorted between two U.S. Marshals after arriving in Dallas.
I'm relieved for those victims who just continue to need somebody to represent them, those victims that need a voice.
In 2013, the 16-year-old pled guilty to killing 4 bystanders in a drunk driving wreck. During sentencing, his legal team claimed he suffered from affluenza, too spoiled by his parents to know right from wrong. The judge gave him